Today we're going to make a roasted confetti pasta dish. Now, you guys buckle up. This is going to be a long video and it's going to take forever. Or, no, not really. But I do want to tell a few things before we get started on this one. So, the first thing is my sister, AJ's mom, talks about
I know her.
yeah, how she buys vegetables and then she tortures them in the refrigerator until they go to waste. We don't want to waste food, right? We waste way too much food. So this is a great opportunity for you to use any of those vegetables that are sitting in your refrigerator. If you have a lone can of peas in your cupboard, use it on this one. If you have a few kernels of corn in your freezer, use it on this. So this is a great opportunity for you to have a good meal, but use up some of those things that sometimes we waste. The other thing is I'm going to roast my vegetables. You don't have to roast your vegetables. Again, use what you have. Except for I would recommend that you roast your garlic. Again, you don't have to, but it really adds some flavor. So let's get started and make some confetti and have a little dinner party.
Sounds great.
All right, guys, at the same time that you start your sauce, go ahead and start your noodles because they're going to get done at the same time. And, you know, just throw them into boiling water. If you're using tortellini, about 7 minutes. Go ahead and put your frying pan or your saucepan or whatever you're going to use on the stove at a medium heat. And I'm going to use about a half a cube of butter. If your vegetables are all smoked, like most of mine, at this point you're just going to let the butter melt. The only thing that I did forget to smoke, like I said, was my carrots. And so because I don't want them overly crunchy, I'm just going to add them to my butter right now. If you aren't using a smoked garlic, you're going to want to add that once the butter is melted and then just saute until that's fragrant. Mine is smoked, and so I'm not going to need to do that. Okay, now that the butter's melted, we're just going to add a cup and a half of, I'm using heavy cream. If you want to lighten up your Alfredo, you can absolutely go with something with a little bit lower fat content, but I like the higher fat content. And if you look at the calories, you're going to find that you're really not saving a lot of calories. Jen and I were talking about that earlier today. And I'm just going to let that start to simmer for a little bit because this really is a pretty basic Alfredo sauce. I'm going to add something that you probably have in your cupboard and you've been wondering for years what you're going to do with it because it's not Thanksgiving anymore or whatever. And that's nutmeg. I'm not going to measure, so sorry folks. This really is going to be mostly to taste. But I gave a pretty generous sprinkle of nutmeg into my blossoming Alfredo sauce. I'm just going to stir that up. And we're going to let that simmer for about 4 minutes. We're just going to start to let it do its thing and thicken up a little bit. And I'm just going to make a mess all over the stove because I like to do that. Okay, so for my mise en place, really I just used my cutting board so I didn't have a whole bunch of dishes that somebody had to clean up. But, you know, I'm going to tell you if you can do this, it does save you some time. I'm just adding, though, my garlic. Again, if I didn't have my barbecued, smoked, wonderful garlic, I would have used raw, and I would have put it in with the carrots and the butter. But guys, I don't care. Just smoke up a bunch of garlic the next time your barbecue grill is on, and then you can store it in your refrigerator and use it for everything, and you're never ever going to be sorry. Now I'm going to add my corn on the cob. So this is one corn cob already smoked and cut. I'm going to add my smoked onion, my smoked carrots, or not carrots, my smoked peppers. But this is yours, right? Put in it whatever you have and whatever you guys will eat because this is totally vegetarian pasta. And then I did get some peas from a local farmer's market, so I just added a few shelled peas. Now, if you look at that, you can already just see how beautiful this is. Your kids are gonna eat it even though it's very vegetable forward because it looks a little bit like confetti pasta. And I don't know, maybe that's what you're gonna call it, is confetti pasta. I'm gonna take a quick taste because we're really and truly flying a little bit by our seat of our pants. So we wanna get an idea now of what the flavor tastes like and adjust. Okay, so that's pretty good, but after tasting it, I think that I'm gonna need to add some salt and pepper, so I'm gonna go ahead and just add a little bit of that. And I'm gonna also add a little bit more nutmeg because I didn't taste the nutmeg to the degree that I was hoping to. I want it to be subtle, but I want you to know that it's there at the same time. You know, and it was funny, as we're just filming this, Jen just said, I don't know that we've used our nutmeg since what, Thanksgiving or Christmas. And exactly, you have this huge bottle, and you don't know when was the last time you used it. I had a girlfriend that even said, hey, I have spices that are 10 years old. What do I do with those? The answer is throw them away. I'm sure they're not gonna hurt you, but at 10 years, it's lost its potency. And AJ gave me a new spoon, so I didn't have to go wash my old one. Okay, there, that's tasting much better. Now I'm gonna add a 1.5 cups of shredded Parmesan and Romano mixed cheese. Remember, this is where I'm really challenging you guys. Get out, go find an Italian market, get some really good cheese. It's gonna cost the same as at the supermarket. Here in Salt Lake, I really do recommend the Mediterranean on 39th South and State, but I'm interested in where you guys go to get your good Italian cheeses and meats, so put it in the comments, let us know. BMO wants to know. Okay, now that our sauce is getting thicker, nice and thick, and you know, really yummy Alfredo, I think Alfredo is one of those things that it's definitely better and easier to make yourself than it is to buy a can, but you do you, I'll do me. I'm just gonna add the tortellini now directly into the sauce. If a little bit of the pasta water falls out, that's okay, but this has been drained. The nice thing about just a titch of the pasta water is that it's gonna include the pasta starch, and that will help everything bind together just a little bit better. And that is it. Very healthy, delicious vegetarian meal. You guys try it, it's fast, it's delicious, it's not gonna really heat up your whole kitchen, and your kids are gonna eat it too.
Are we ready to taste?
Yes, let's taste. So gorgeous color, great vegetables. I added a little bit of fresh shaved Parmesan on the top, and maybe I did a little bit of parsley, chopped parsley. But this is a fun meal. Your kids are gonna eat it. I'm gonna eat it, so let's taste it. Mmm.
That's good.
So good.
One piece of Parmesan. That's really good.
Yep. Quick, easy vegetarian meal that your kids are gonna love. Guys, like us, whatever, subscribe, and then share. Share on Facebook, share on Twitter, share on whatever medium that I don't even know exists anymore.
Is it like a TikTok or something like that?
Yeah, yeah. And remember, we'll see you on Thursday.
Next Thursday. Bye.